Book title: Madusa's Minds, Reflections of Ego version 1.0. Author: J.R. Wert. Chapter 29. Thelemic Transcendence, Crossing the Abyss of Ego to Discover True Will. Thelema, which was founded by British writer and ceremonial magician Aleister Crowley in the early 20th century, is a spiritual and philosophical tradition deeply embedded in a variety of esoteric, philosophical, and religious influences such as Western esotericism, yoga, and Eastern mysticism. At the heart of the philosophy lies the maxim, "Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law, love under will." This core principle underscores the sovereignty of the individual will and emphasizes the pursuit of one's true will, as a concept that transcends mere whim to denote the discovery and fulfillment of one's unique and inherent purpose, which aligns with one's dharma from the dharmic faiths. Advancement of this tradition came with Crowley's 1904 reception of the Book of the Law, also known as Liber Alvel Legis, conveyed purportedly by the supernatural entity Awos. This seminal text signalled the start of the Aeon of Horus, an era focusing on personal freedom and self-discovery. As a complex and nuanced system, Thelema promotes spiritual freedom and fulfillment, which advocates for personal responsibility and love as routes to spiritual growth, thus marking itself as a distinctive, influential force in modern spirituality. At the heart of Thelema lies a detailed system of magical and mystical practices crafted by Crowley to help individuals discover and align with their true will. Practices such as ritual magic, meditation, and the study of esoteric arts like tarot and astrology are central to this system. Thelemites often partake in these practices within organized settings like magical orders or groups, restructured by Crowley to reflect Thelemic principles, and the AA, an organization committed to personal enlightenment and the achievement of higher states of consciousness. Crowley designed his approach to assist practitioners in overcoming the limitations of their egos through varied magical rituals, thereby facilitating a deeper understanding of their personal identity and self-awareness. His teachings emphasize transcending ego-based consciousness to achieve states of unity and non-duality, mirroring the mystical experiences found in several Eastern traditions. This comprehensive system not only seeks to refine personal identity, but also to transcend it, targeting a holistic integration of personal development with spiritual enlightenment. Within Thelema, the ego is regarded as a crucial, yet complex, element of the self that plays a dual role in spiritual development. Central to Thelemic philosophy is the concept of true will, which represents each individual's unique and ultimate purpose. This framework emphasizes the discovery and enactment of the true will as a paramount duty. The ego can either support this process by providing a sense of individuality and personal agency, or it can obstruct it by imposing false desires and illusions. The philosophy's core tenet, "Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law, love under will," encapsulates the nuanced view of the ego as a dynamic entity that can either facilitate or hinder spiritual realization depending on its alignment with the true will. Thelema perceives the ego not simply as a barrier, but as an essential mediator that interprets spiritual experiences and translates them into personal growth. This spiritual doctrine respects personal agency and counters societal norms that suppress individuality, promoting psychological resilience and authenticity. The ultimate goal is to transcend the ego where necessary to achieve deeper spiritual insights and fulfillment, while using the ego in a disciplined manner to manifest one's true will. Within Thelema, especially in the A Argenteum Astrum or the Silver Star, spiritual advancement hinges critically on the concept of crossing the abyss. This stage requires the complete surrender of the ego, a key step involving the confrontation and dissolution of the illusion of a separate self, considered vital for attaining communion with the divine or the all-encompassing unity of existence. Additionally, Thelemic practices emphasize confronting the shadow self, a Jungian psychology concept that denotes the unknown or rejected parts of one's personality. This confrontation compels practitioners to integrate these aspects, enhancing self-understanding and reducing psychological fragmentation. The act of crossing the abyss represents both a literal and metaphorical dissolution of the ego, where practitioners face the profound spiritual challenge of relinquishing ego control to embrace a universal-centered existence, marking a pivotal transformation in their spiritual journey. Thelema practitioners encounter several challenges that can obstruct authentic spiritual growth. A significant issue is the frequent misinterpretation of the true will as mere personal desire, which can lead to ethical dilemmas and personal conflicts when actions primarily serve to inflate rather than integrate the ego. This misunderstanding can tilt practices towards a hedonistic lifestyle that masquerades as spiritual pursuit, thus amplifying the ego instead of harmonizing it within a broader spiritual context. Additionally, Thelema's strong emphasis on individualism can sometimes lead to social isolation and an over-identification with spiritual achievements or perceived uniqueness, complicating the path to true spiritual enlightenment. Such ego inflation can alienate practitioners from Thelema's foundational principles of balanced growth, love, and ethical conduct. This self-aggrandizement not only contradicts the essence of the true will, which aims for the harmonious integration of the self with the universe, but can also foster solipsistic or self-centered tendencies that undermine the interconnectedness essential for true spiritual advancement. Furthermore, an excessive focus on attaining higher spiritual states may lead practitioners to detach from their emotional realities. This neglect of emotional needs and expressions is crucial for a holistic human experience and can create an imbalance that impedes genuine personal and spiritual development. Recognizing and addressing these risks is essential for maintaining the spiritual integrity and humility that underpin authentic Thelemic practice. Moreover, Thelema emphasizes personal responsibility and ethical living in harmony with the universal will, encapsulated in the maxim, "Love is the law, love under will." This framework advocates for actions guided by love and compassion, ensuring that personal pursuits do not infringe upon the wills of others. Drawing on ideas similar to Carl Jung's concept of individuation, Thelema promotes a journey of spiritual and psychological integration. This journey fosters holistic growth, minimizes internal conflicts, and enhances self-awareness, leading to a balanced existence. It transcends traditional ego boundaries and integrates an ethical dimension where the pursuit of personal will is tempered with a broader, altruistic understanding of love, thus reducing egocentric behaviors and fostering the interconnectedness vital for authentic spiritual practice. However, Thelema's strong emphasis on individual empowerment can sometimes result in social isolation or spiritual bypassing, where spiritual beliefs are used to avoid unresolved emotional issues, potentially undermining both personal and communal growth. Moreover, Thelema underscores the importance of ensuring that personal freedom does not lead to ethical transgressions or egoic excesses. It balances individualism with the responsibility to consider others' freedoms, thereby promoting healthier and more harmonious interpersonal relationships. This nuanced approach provides a comprehensive blueprint for navigating the dynamics between personal will, ethical living, and spiritual enlightenment, ensuring that growth occurs within a framework of love and responsibility towards the greater whole. The Thelemic philosophy offers a profound view of the ego, viewing it not just as an impediment, but as an essential component of spiritual development. By embracing the ego as a dynamic and integral part of the self, Thelema provides a pathway for personal transformation and enlightenment that respects individual uniqueness while promoting a deep connection to universal truths. Through disciplined practice and ethical living, the ego is not eradicated but refined and aligned with a higher purpose, illustrating Thelema's unique approach to spiritual and personal growth.